Graham, I think obviously a lot of people understand some new ownership, you're a new manager, so it might be a long-term project, but under the previous regime, it was pretty much a club that was a trophy of season club. It's the FA Cup on Sunday. Are you still a trophy of season club, or do people have to accept it's going to take a couple of years to bed in a new owner and a new regime?
I think we always want to try and compete, absolutely. So, in terms of how that gets measured, I think you have to take the season as it is and analyse it at the end of the season. I don't think we're even halfway through the season yet, but we've got a game in a cup competition where we want to do well in. We want to go through, that's for sure. We obviously have a difficult game, but you saw tonight we matched Manchester City for periods of the game and gave a spirited performance. We need to do the same again and try to improve.
Alpo?
Graham, have there ever been any conversations with the ownership about this year there might not be a trophy? Is that something you've talked to them about?
No, not specifically. No, I think we're trying to, as I said, try to go day to day, improving. How can we get the team better? As I've said before, I acknowledge the team hasn't functioned as well as we would like it to, and there's lots of reasons for that. I can't sit here and say I'm a perfect person, so clearly I haven't done everything completely right. At the same time, there's some factors that also take into consideration where we're at. But that's for the people to judge and have any perspective on or not. For me, it's about how we can keep improving, and then at the end of the season, you have to assess what's happened.
Jacob?
First season that Pep Guardiola had at Manchester City, it maybe fell a little bit below expectations, and people questioned him at times. You can see obviously where they've gone from there. I mean, Chelsea and previous ownership maybe short term maybe have an impact on things. Is the way that City have sort of built things for Pep and have taken that long term view, is that something for Chelsea now to think about as you go forward, to not panic?
Yeah, that's. The owners are billionaires, so they're quite smarter than me, that's for sure. So they understand the challenges that we have and the direction we want to go in. I've been here 4 months, and 5-6 weeks of that have been lost to international football. I think Pep was there a year before they won anything. Was it a year? And then obviously Mikel and Jurgen took a bit of time, but obviously it's maybe different for me for some reason. But I don't put a time scale on it. I know the responsibility we have here, but also I know that I'm capable, and I know the quality that I have, and I have the full support of certainly the owners and the players and the staff here. And you can see by the support that we had today, I thought it was fantastic. So there'll always be people that doubt. There'll be people in here that will doubt, that's for sure. There's nothing I can really do about it. I'm certainly not here to convince anybody. I'm here to do my work, and then if that convinces, then that's fine.
Adam?
You mentioned the supporters tonight and how they had a negative performance. Do you feel there has been maybe a bit too much negativity around the club in the last few weeks, especially considering there haven't even been games?
I don't know. I don't read the newspapers. I stay away from social media. I have no idea. I've had some support. I'm not naive to know that when you have the results that we have, there's not going to be criticism and negativity. That'd be strange for me to think that. And again, I'm not sitting here with some egomaniac that has all the answers and gets everything right. Of course, that's not the case. But like I said, at the same time, there's some challenges that we face. There's some margins in the Premier League that are difficult. We've had a massive transition. Problems in terms of injuries don't make it easy to be stable, but it's sort of blah blah blah, isn't it? You know, people want to see results, and shut up, Graham. What are you talking about? You know, we need to win.
Tom?
Graham, you mentioned the support you felt from the owners. Has that been sort of reassured during this visit as well? Because as you said, you've only really got to know them over the last 4 months, feeling each other out, that sort of thing. Have you kind of felt it again during this visit and being?
Yeah, I think this is the challenge for everybody, isn't it? If I don't think I'd have left my previous job if I didn't think there was a chance that the owners would give us support. You know, I think they're absolutely in line with where we're at and in line with what we want to try and do. I'm more confident now that we can achieve things than I was when I started the job, because I understand the club and I understand the players, understand what's needed. But obviously with the past, there's Chelsea maybe and the change of management, and you can see why the questions are. But like I said, I've been here 4 months. If people are going to judge me on those terms in that time period, when you consider how many games we've had with the challenge we've had, that's fine. I can give you a counter argument in terms of my career, in terms of what I've achieved, and the people in the game that would consider my quality. But I also know that people will dislike you for whatever reason, and all I know is I've got the total support of the guys above, and like I said, the players and the staff.
Okay, we can do 2 more. Andy, then Matt to finish.
Hi, Graham.
Hi.
One win in 8 league games would probably be enough to get the sack at most Premier League clubs. Do you feel, in a strange way, kind of lucky that you're at Chelsea at this moment in time, and how weird does it feel saying that, given their kind of habit of hire and fire very quickly?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I would have. Certainly wouldn't have got the sack at Brighton. It's a well-run football club, so I can't comment on the other football clubs.
No, but then, okay, so, I mean, David Moyes...
I have no idea what people would do.
Okay, let's say, a run like this would probably put a manager under a lot of pressure at pretty much every Premier League club. Do you feel kind of lucky that you're at Chelsea at this moment in time? Because maybe in previous times, this kind of run would have put you under enormous pressure.
Yeah, I think I would always feel lucky to be at Chelsea, because I feel grateful and privileged to be here. But I understand where you're coming from. There's a completely different ownership than there was, and this is hard for people to also get their head around, because Chelsea for 20 years has been one thing, and now all of a sudden it's different. But they still think back to what previously happened for 20 years, which is normal, despite the fact that it's completely different. So in that regard, but again, the reason for me to take the job, I think, was because you've got a chance to shape a club that is in a massive transitional period. Like huge. 20 years is a long time to have a leadership and then to change. So, but with that, I knew there was going to be extreme challenges, for sure. And again, like I said, it's not like I was jumping at the first opportunity to move from Brighton. I had other opportunities to leave if I wanted to previously. But this one felt like the right one because of the owners, because of the support that I think they would give, and they've proven to be the case. They've been fantastic.
Hey, last question, Matt.
You seem always very emotionally stable. I never see you ever go at the fourth official. I never see you rant and rave with your players. You don't seem to get pissed off with us. Not yet, anyway.
I hide it well.
But is there a release somewhere? I mean, away from us, how do you... There is a lot of pressure on you, and do you have ways of having a release and getting angry or whatever to help cope with it all?
But you see me here, and this isn't actually me all the time.
Yeah, I get that. That's what I'm asking.
So of course,
what's
there's
the part
times
of you we
where
don't see?
there's times where you get cross and you get angry. It's not like I'm some robot that's just speaking to this canner. Like, there's stuff that happens, but my responsibility to come to you is to speak in as respectful a way as I can, even though some of your questions are stupid. But I've got to answer them as best I can and respectfully as I can, because I represent a fantastic football club and I've got that job to do. And regardless of the fact that I'm pissed off after the game, I have to come here and represent Chelsea in the best way I can.